Hello, everybody in the YouTube land. Hope you're well today. Um, Making this video to show you guys my automated weed farm at the barn here. I've played with this like 2 or 3 times. This is just what works for me. I'll kind of give you guys a tour of it, and then I'll show you what workers have what stations and what they do. Up top, I did put 9 beds up here. There's probably a different way you could do this. This just kind of made sense. I could probably turn 1 this way and 2 in the center. It'd be the same thing. I did put all their beds up here. Again, I have 9, I think. 2, 4, 9 up here. 1 for me here. And I have 1 over here as well. This shelf here is just for kind of like my storage, for my stuff. So I guess we'll just begin with what we have going on here. Sorry about that. Tab. So these are the racks that I pull from. I don't have this automated. I just don't have, can't get enough employees to do that. I believe I'm correct in saying the barn does 10, and I have exactly 10. I've got to do it. Get this out of the way real quick. Speaking of the deliveries, pretty much every day, you know, when it hits 4 a.m. and the time stops, I fill up these shelves right here. Now, this one I do about every other day. I'm an idiot. Another one. Normally what I would do is order the Mega Beans and the Cute. Probably said that wrong. Cuke. I call it Coke, like honestly. I live in the South. Coca-Cola is called Coke. The can looks just like a Coke. I order a truckload of each. And then for these, I just run to the gas station and buy whatever I need. That just seems to work for me. So now that I have those full, these I don't run through as much. This is like 1 day, 24-hour period. That's what was pulled. So again, these, I probably don't need this much. I've got 2 shelves here of it. And I probably don't need that much. But I got 2 stations, right? So it's like 1 per station. It's in my brain, that's how I was going to do it. But as you can see, I don't pull that way. But this is for me to refill. This shelf is for these 4 pots and 1 botanist. And then this one is for these 4 pots and 1 botanist. Then I'll show you kind of how I have them set up. Where you at? Isn't there a way to like highlight? Okay, there we go. So that botanist has these 4 pots and these 4 drying racks. I've seen a lot of videos where people are like, "Hey, the botanist will do 8. Just give them 8 pots." Well, I tried that. The problem that I found is they weren't hanging the bud up on their drying rack. So each one of these goes straight across to this one. That goes to that one. That to that one. That to that one. And that way the botanist will deal with the plants and he'll actually hang the bud up here. And then these 2 here go to this 1 shelf. These 2 here go to this 1 shelf. The other botanist is exact same layout. These 4 shelves, these 4 drying racks, same thing. These 2 go to that. These 2 go to that. We'll come over here. So this is the back side of the drying racks. As you can see, we have 4 racks. They kind of fill up pretty fast. But I have one handler that will do this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, and this shelf, and then put it on this shelf. She has one more shelf, and that is to put the bud from here to here. It just kind of made sense in my head when I first did it. I had them all scattered all over the place, and it just didn't make sense. I have one chemist. I think they can do 4 stations now. I only mix my bud 3 times, so this is what I work with. And he stays constant between these 3 stations. He goes from one to the other, just back and forth. So he'll mix here, push it to here, mix here, push it to here, mix here, and he puts it here. I have another handler. She grabs the bud, puts it here. She grabs the kook. I think I said it right that time. Kook, puts it here. She grabs the Mega Bean, puts it here. She grabs the Viagra, puts it here. And then she grabs the weed from here and puts it here. I think that made sense. Hopefully it did for you guys. All right. Then I have another handler. And that handler grabs the kook from here, puts it here. Grabs the Mega Bean here, puts it here. Grabs the Viagra from here, puts it here. He grabs these jars from here and puts it here. And that takes care of that guy. I also have another handler that does these 2 shelves to here and these 2 shelves to here. And I have one more that does these 2 shelves to here and these 2 shelves to here. The guy that is mixing right here, packing, sorry. He packs, he puts it here. He also pulls from here and puts it on these 3 shelves. And the whole system works fairly smoothly. Like I say, once a day, I fill up just this right here. And on this back here, it's like once every 2 days. Of course, I have to fill this shelf and this back shelf back here. That one I usually check once or twice a day. They tend to go through it a lot faster because, it doesn't hold a lot. Hopefully in the future, they'll let our botanists pick from 3 shelves. That way we could have, a shelf of fertilizers, a shelf of bud, seeds, and a shelf of soil. I think that would be amazing, but I'm absolutely loving the game. I'm addicted to it. I think I've got about 30 hours in the game at the moment, and so far all I do is marijuana. This is the only place that I grow at. I was growing in the bungalow, and it just wasn't really, it's not really profitable for me. I still have a lot of stuff stored there. And yeah, I have 3 dealers. You can see Benchy's got pretty much 30,000 for me. Brad, 33. Brad's one of my new ones. And then Molly, which I just took her money, has got 6. I tend to leave the money in them, but it works very well for what I'm doing. I hope you guys enjoy. If you did enjoy this video and you found it useful, leave me a comment on what you like. If you see something that I can improve upon or you have a better idea, leave a comment and let me know. I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribe. It would help my channel out. I do stream live on Twitch. I play many games. Many games. I haven't paid attention to the YouTube account in forever, and that's something I'm going to start working on. Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you guys. You may know or you may not know. When you get deals, right, what I typically tend to do is I take every single one of them. It doesn't matter if I don't have the product or not. And I schedule them all for the late night. I think it's midnight to 5 a.m. basically. I think it's what it is. Because once time stops at 4 a.m., as long as you don't sleep, you have all the time in the world to get to those guys. Plus you get the little added bonus for the midnight stuff. So just a hint or a tip there for you guys. And I hope this video helps. So until next time, peace.